Oh, well, did that work all of a sudden? That's goofy.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hi there. How are you?
Oh, hi. I don't know why it took so long for me to get through. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you. That's okay. It might just be a bad signal or something.
Yeah, something was wrong.
Well, so I wanted to kind of follow up with you on where I felt like we could be most effective right now.
Uh-huh.
And we need some hiring. We need some bodies live online. We have a significant amount of users. We have we have customers, and the data suggests that when any host goes live, they're averaging well over $200 per hour, up to $326 an hour. I mean, that's any hour they want to log in, whenever. But we have a very big shortage of hosts logging in, so no one's taking advantage, and we're trying to figure out the best way of doing outreach because we've never really had to do that before. So
Mm-hmm.
we know that like our competitors are using like their Twitter handles, and I guess they're searching out, maybe who is already promoting themselves on a platform here. So that's one way of recruiting is finding people who are already in the market and just letting them know we have the highest payouts in the industry. There's no argument there.
Mm-hmm.
There's no argument that
Yeah.
if you're going to be doing this line of work, that we're the highest and best place to spend your time. We just got to kind of get that message out. And we're a small boutique. We're great for veterans who have been doing this for a long time and are looking for more of a change. So there's that outreach, and then there's taking this list and refining it even more. This phone list that I have. So that's calling, finding out what numbers are good. If not, we transition to an email. We try to update them. Like, hey, I'm just trying to update payroll. What's your current phone number? Something like that. Just nothing too high pressure, but just trying to let people know that hey, if you're working right now, if you're not earning 250, 300 bucks an hour wherever you're at, please consider us because we're in dire need,
Mm-hmm.
just like a lot of companies are right now. There's a major working shortage. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of what I'm after, and what I would do is any new start, and this is what I'll get to you by the end of business today, but any new start that comes either brand new from your efforts, that'll equal X. Any start that you restart out of our existing database, that'll equal Y. So I'll come up with a bonus scale of those two events. And then on top of that, we can talk about an hourly rate for you to do the things like use our SendGrid account, which I'd have to get you login information. You said you're familiar with SendGrid?
It wasn't Singrid.
Okay.
It was something else. Maybe that was someone else you spoke with?
No, I
I'm not
thought.
very familiar with that.
Okay, I just thought with we never discussed any email campaigns.
We did. We discussed the email campaigns, but we did discuss it very generally.
Okay, no problem. Well, I use SendGrid. Is that something you'd be willing to get up to speed with? Because we have such a long history with them. We've been using them for nearly 10
Yes.
years.
Oh yeah, no, no. I'll definitely learn the platform and then work on there.
Yeah, you know what, man? They're all about the
That's
damn
what I
same.
do.
I've used multiple. I've used MailChimp and Constant Contact and Contact 123 and Quantum Digital. They all fucking operate about the same, in my opinion. So it's uh, it's just a matter of trying to figure out what
Yeah,
the
they do. They do.
yeah. So um, that's about it. I just kind of need to come
I
up
work
with.
with.
Go ahead.
You can give me if you have a general script, you can send that over, and then I'll take a look at it and modify it if I think that maybe we can do something with that.
Yeah, I'm going to give you
Um,
everything. I'm going to give you all my scripts. That way you can kind of see the message.
yeah,
You can kind of
I'll
see
just
the message we're trying to preach. I'd love for you to visit the website. We're very classy as far as the online companion work goes. We comply with all of Google's terms of service for advertising and for using Google Suites and all that kind of stuff. So we're we got a lot of great things to offer. We've got a great customer base, and I need a messenger to get this message out and to do some recruitment. We haven't done it. We haven't needed to in 15 years.
yeah, no, you're adapting to the change. A lot of things are happening online, and you know what? For the veterans, for that community, the boomers, calls are better. So
Yes,
definitely, I'll start the calling after I have a general idea, and then we can even email them at the same time if I can get that info for you.
sure,
And then we'll do both. So we'll send them reminder emails, and then if I call, I can always make it a warm call by, hey, I sent you an email. Did you get a chance to read it?
perfect,
Whatever that is.
perfect. Um, so
Right?
yeah, so I got a couple other things real quick. What do you have any experience successfully monetizing a like TikTok account?
No,
Okay.
no.
All right.
I've done social media promoting,
Mm-hmm.
and so for example, if it's our let's say an Instagram, and then people are messaging us saying, hey, I'm interested in ABC, blah blah blah. So constantly answering messages and repost daily to make sure that our content is live and it's coming up on the top because you're posting so often. Things like
Yeah.
that. So
Okay.
more marketing side.
Okay. Perfect. That's. I appreciate that
And
answer.
then, but from there, yeah, from there, like you do get customers from that outreach as well.
Yeah,
And
absolutely. It's
based
just
on
too.
your business and the way I feel like based on your business, because you have videos and not just, um, you're gonna have videos that you're gonna post and pictures, people connect to that more than
Right.
just, reading an email or, so yeah, I think that will definitely help and I can work on that with you.
Yeah, and there's just two sides of this coin. So the one side is the customers to our site, but right now we just need models. We need women who are currently doing web chat,
Right.
webcam, OnlyFans, fitness modeling, online companionship, any of that kind of stuff. Um,
Yeah.
we just feel like our customer base over the
Yeah, there's tons. There's tons of those kind of, yeah.
yeah, well, I know I run our Twitter right
There's a
now, and I
lot of
talk to them.
content.
I run our Twitter currently, and I'm chatting with
Uh-huh.
a bunch of different beautiful women from all. But see, I'm a male. I'm a 50-year-old male, dude. I'm not. I can't really speak the language,
Yeah.
and I don't feel comfortable doing so. I'm not. I'm not on. But I would
Yeah.
like to. Like to have like a recruiter that is a savvy young lady, a business lady that goes, hey, if you want to make the best business decision in this business, it's us. We're the only look. We're an OG. We've been here
It's
15
a different
years.
approach,
Yeah,
definitely.
we're not the new kids on the block. We don't have the biggest volume, but we're a small boutique that can offer the highest payouts in the industry. And we have models who are nationally published, models, and they trust their content and they trust their likeness to us because it's a very personalized engagement. It's not you're not just a number when you're one of the million. With us, we actually are working as a team to get the highest and best results. Reconnecting. Got it. Sure. I'm at the U-Haul Lake Wiley, the indoor U-Haul. The class we display. Motherfucker. Check out our own. Oh, okay. Yes, it's app. Check that one out. Yeah, the OBS, bitch. Damn, let's got some big ass titties. Cool. Yeah. So you have an email? I need your email. Please send an email. Dumbass. Por favor. Bitch gonna get me in trouble. Retarded. Damn. Good grief. Good grief, Charlie Brown. Got it. All right, cool. So Jerry 79. Cool. Boom, Sajara 79. Start seeing your stuff. Is it already fucking 11, man? How about we edit this bitch right here? Boom. That was kind of goofy. Okay. Ugh. This lady's fucking nuts, man. I've already done all that shit, cuz. Deal ass. What the fuck you mean? Fucking delete this piece of shit. Really not that much when you think about it. Who that girl? That girl stinks. Man, I don't know. It's just the only indoor U-Haul in Lake Wiley. Um, if I can find it, or I'll call my wife and see if she can find it or something. But if you have access to Google, check that out. I'm not really sure. It says the indoor storage. No tears. There's a couple of scratches that happened when they moved it, but they're not really apparent. They're very fine scratches. But this thing was up in a bonus room unused. Period. I mean, it's never even been sat really in. I mean, you can look at the cushion and tell there's not taken on any shape or form yet. And also, it's the Russell. It's not the James. I got the models wrong. It's the bigger unit called the Russell. This top of the line, I've had about 6 complete sets from Lazy Boy over the years. Yes, sir. That's Highway 49. I think you got the right one. I'll confirm it once I find out. Lazy boy recliner Russell. Oh shit, better put this back on, bro. Big Russell, boy. What the fuck? What the hell, man? I mean, the Randall. I can't remember their names. It's just like my kids. Damn, bro. Randall, cuz. You don't do that shit in leather, cuz. I don't want to my hand crack. Oh, yeah. 28, my dick. I want leather, cuz. I don't want no bullshit. Leather, dog. That's it right there, cuz. Mm, 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 mm. Damn it. I said copy the link, bitch. Okay. I got that done. And then I think I got her stuff done too. Okay, bitches. Hey, baby. Hey, listen. Get rocking and rolling, man. Get up off your butt. You know, you were created, and I think with the intention that your mother had to have been happy of that you were healthy and capable, like I said. So, serve her right and get up off your ass and go out there and do something. Even if it's just a walk in the park or a nice little workout or something. Let's get something accomplished. Today, life goes on, and you were created by this person that you're mourning, but you were created to be great. You were not created to sit there and not utilize all the potential that you were given. So do a service to everyone. Do a service to yourself, to your mother, to your mother's memory, to those that love you, and get something done today. I love it. It's a great roadmap to keep you on course. Yeah, I'm good on this. Definitely not trying to pay fucking 15 grand to charge credit card fees. What the fuck? I hope that this doesn't turn messy here. So, just real quick, let's do a message on just I'm caught up with my work here. So Charlotte, North Carolina, my hometown, where I have grown up, and um, the immigration thing, bro. Got a lot of thoughts on that. I mean, literally, we have over 200,000 immigrants in our area. Man, and we love them. I'm a big fan. I attend music events, concerts. I saw Danny Ocean live. A big Emily Galaviz fan. I date primarily Latin women. Many can't speak any Spanish, so learn to be patient. I've learned my own little bit of Spanglish myself, and I love the food. I love the workers. I've always been very respectful of the ethic. My idea of the Latin culture is beautiful. It's beauty. It's things that I enjoy taking part in, and I really like. So it's not a question of that. It's not about the culture or the person. It's about the manner in which access to our country was derived, or the way it came about, and some of the repercussions that has had to us, the people who are here. And we do kind of feel it. Again, you can bring this point up, that during these ICE raids in my area of Charlotte, North Carolina, you know, as ICE came in, they said that I guess kind of a shelter in place was happening throughout the Latin community here. And what happened is because there was a shelter in place and everyone was staying at home, our schools, they said up to 70% empty classes. So hold on a second. We've been being told that we had a teacher shortage. It sounds like we've got a student overage. And that student overage isn't even people that really we understand or know that are here. I'm not a rocket surgeon, but is that not really? I mean, we've been told we have a teacher crisis. Our education system's plummeting. We keep reducing ourselves to the lowest denominator, but you're telling me that all that can be solved if we could just remove the immigration, or people who are here wrongfully, or people who are here, I won't say wrongfully, but why are you avoiding law enforcement? Why are you avoiding ICE? Because literally ICE came in here and took less than 300 people. There's 200,000 of you here. ICE came here to remove dangerous, previous convicted. We're talking rape, murder, child rape, child molestation, drugs, drug dealing, cartel activity, extortion, all the way down to DUIs and people who have been convicted and people who failed to appear. Look, if white people fail to appear, Chinese, they will go and get you. If you get pulled over, or if they happen to stumble upon you, if they, God forbid, come looking for you, you're going to go to jail. Other thing that I think goes without being said is I saw the mugshots of the people arrested during these stings. It was the Rainbow Coalition. There were people of every race, color, white, black, Mexican, Asian, appeared to be European or Pakistani or a lot of Indian. It was the Rainbow Coalition. Another point to make here is, listen, the business is shutting down. Manolo Bakery, this guy on the fucking, I've never seen anybody rape a manufactured crisis as hard as this guy, Manolo Bakery. He says he has to shut his bakery down. There's a few people saying this kind of shit. I got to shut my business down because law enforcement's in town. I don't get that. You don't have a business, bro. You got an illegal sweatshop. This sounds more and more like they're converting. You know the countries they came from? This is what it was about. If you go to a lot of these countries that are failed countries, they failed because they appeased the mindset and the wishes of these dipshits. Dipshits including our mayor, this V. Lyles, this fucking fat turd. You can look at her. She has no self-dignity, no self-respect, out of shape, winded at the microphone, can't even carry her breath, but she's supposed to be running a city. I'm sick of these. It's like fat law enforcement people. You obviously are underqualified just visually. You don't even match the vision test. But then to hear her rhetoric against the hard-working people of federal law enforcement, have you ever looked from their perspective? These guys are leaving families behind. Many of them, they did graduate high school. They did finish a junior college or a community college or a university. They got into law enforcement. They did so primarily. Law enforcement people are people who will pull over on the side of the road to help you change a tire. Like if you're in a dark alley, you would hope that someone with a law enforcement type mindset and heart is on the other side of the street or is somewhere nearby if you need them. Without them, the world is a terrible, terrible place. That's why they call them the sheepdog. But the sheep, man, the sheep are over here flirting with the wolves. They never learn. They never learn. They've been just, no one learns from Irina. Remember the Irina? Do you remember the Ukrainian girl, little Ukrainian waitress, contributing, working hard, paying rent, got her own place, and V. Lyles, I guess, had a friend who maybe had a relative that was a deranged psycho killer, and V. Lyles refused to put him in jail for some reason. I imagine it's a family friend, or there's going to be some sort of connection with her and this murderer. You don't just let people who have a record like this guy did and clear mental instability, you don't continue to inflict them amongst your people, amongst the community. And that's what's really happening here, is that our city leaders, from that sheriff, the peanut head sheriff that's got the baby, this is so funny, just a side note. The sheriff took a page from Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle did a skit about Ja Rule responding to the 9/11 attacks. If y'all remember, they were like, in one moment we have we stand by as we report from building 2 falling down. We have some feedback from Ja Rule. Like, what the who gives a fuck what Ja Rule's got to say right now? Like, your whole New York, the buildings are falling down. What the fuck's Ja Rule gonna do? It's the same thing that this dipshit did in Charlotte, and this is the culture. This is the unfortunately what plagues great African American and black professionals, contributors, many of which contribute and have to work harder than their counterparts to do so, but they keep getting. No, why didn't this guy bring some of the local black business leaders? Why did he choose the baby? Why is Sexy Red raising our kids? There's no father, there's no parents in the homes anymore. But our city leaders are having the most vile, outrageous, gangster, threatening, drug addict, womanizing, abusing, disgusting people, and to help them run their city. I don't get it. I don't understand why the baby has anything to do with improving the conditions of our shithole city that has become a shithole. I was selling real estate here back when the Twin Towers fell. Actually, I had the car lot there on Old Statesville Road back then. That was 2001. Went to elementary school right up the road in Rock Hill. From here. They've destroyed this place. The policy. And it's sick to see them. It's sick to see our city leaders saying that they are sickened by the presence of federal agents. These are law enforcement professionals who, by the way, came in here with a list. They got roughly 250 out of 200,000. You had 250, 300 violent, disgusting felon, child rapists, child murderers, DUI convicts, failure to appear, drug addicts, cartel related, and you're fighting the people coming to get them? This is why we can't get on your buses, you dumbass, you fat bitch. God, she is so fucking fat. What? All these people are just viscerally disgusting. from the weight to the way they look, their skin, they're just fucking nasty. They're ordering number ones from McDonald's. It's the sheep people. They're all loaded up on the shit. They're holding candles, putting on their buttons, putting on their pins, changing their profile squares, and being led by people like this V. Lyles. And which the sheep put her back in over and over. It just makes it clear how outnumbered we are. But hey, listen, dummy, V. Lyles, if you can't operate a business when law enforcement's in town, that business should be investigated. They're obviously running a fucking sweatshop. They're obviously illegally, they rely on illegal fucking people to operate. Why aren't you stopping them? You're giving $100,000 to illegal families? Why not contribute $100,000 to federal law enforcement? They need water, they need food, they need stay. These guys should be commended. We should be awarding them keys to your city. Why did they have to come in and get the 250, 300 violent illegals off of your street? You don't mention that. Literally, you could have taken the entire Charlotte Latin community and put them in the Bank of America Stadium for 2 days. You know, voluntarily they show up and let law enforcement go through there and look and check, and they would have still left with their 250, 300 people. Everyone else goes home. Why are we protecting these criminals? What is so important about the criminal element that you require to allow them to prosper in this beautiful city that was ours? It was ours. Y'all have taken it successfully. It has successfully been taken over by like the Mecklenburg County Sheriff, the Democrats, these militant kind of, golly, what do you want to say? They're anti-white. They have a visceral hatred for, and unfortunately, it's only us that are making any sense here. You cannot, the baby is not going to improve anything. Why are you spending 1 minute of time with that person? We're trying to get through to the kids. You know, the kids ain't got no daddies. And guys, y'all can stop. That's been a bottomless pit forever. You're never going to get through to that community. You know what you can do is kind of, you need to get in there, like Trump says, you need to get in there and wipe it out. You need to wipe it out. You need to clean the shit off your streets. You've allowed it to prevail. You need to get them all locked away on Alligator Island. All the youth that's fucking your whole community. And whatever you're left with, the 3% of kids who aspire to be a doctor or an astronaut or a firefighter or a teacher, you keep them. Let's nurture them. But the 97% that are raised on Sexy Red and the baby and trying to figure out how to kill their next op and trying to save up for a switch for their next Glock, you fucking idiots. You guys produce this. Get rid of those nights. Let's go round them up and ship them all to Alligator Island. No chance of, don't believe that they're going to make themselves better in your prison cells. That they're going to come back and be pillars of the community after they serve some time with each other. No, it's always how about we eliminate them from society? There's nothing about race. It's just about it's about the mindset. If you're caught up in shit culture and you're wanting to spread your shit mentality and you're wanting to continue to shit on this great community, this great country that we've been afforded by our fourth. God damn, man, these people, the work that they put into all this, and to see it deteriorating at such a rapid pace. And here's another food. Let me plant this seed because I gotta go train, man. I'm worn out thinking about this stuff. But I love the Latin community. I believe in immigrants here. I've worked beside them. I've worked alongside. I've always tried to make sure that I put myself in a position in my companies when I've hired. Salvador, for instance, I put beside myself. He was a partner to me in my business. I relied on him. It was a tree and land management business, guys. I had to have someone help me run the crews and the people and the stuff. So I had so much respect for that individual, still do, and those like him. But you know, if you here's another, my Colombian girlfriend speaks no English. Ex-girlfriend, Venezuelan, no English. Love them both to death. They're both awesome people, great, and they've improved my life in so many ways. But with that being said, I was telling my Colombian girlfriend, I'm like, you know, part of the problem is, from my standpoint, is there's kind of a lack of compliance. I don't know. It's like you leave your place, but you kind of want to make our place your place. So there's this defiance instead of, I think it used to be in the 80s and 90s when people came to seek citizenship, they were stoked. They had American flags on their hat and they were singing proud to be an American, and they had, you know, pet fucking bald eagles and shit. But now it's like we have to, it's like, hey, welcome, I'm from Venezuela, let me blare my music for you. You're going to have to love it. You're going to have to love my food. You're going to have to like that. Like, it's just more pressed upon us instead of going, hey, I was thinking, hey, you rode on top of a train and climbed a tree and jumped over a wall to come here. You must really want to learn. Come here. Let me teach you about my plan. They don't want to learn. Now they don't like America. They're here, but it's like a bad relation. It's like a bad marriage. We're both in the same home, but we ain't talking. We ain't getting along. And it's going to blow up. And it used to be, like I said, in the 80s and the 90s, people who came here, immigrants came here seeking, you know, kind of the American way of, man, they were stoked. There were so many sitcoms and comedy sketches about these just over the moon, whimsical, happy-go-lucky immigrants who were going through the process. I forget what a couple of them were, but that was a common sitcom theme, was just the wanderlust of the excited immigrant who was about to get his American citizenship. And all the great things they wanted to do for this country that they've now been able to gain access to and all its advantages. And now it ain't like that. It ain't, the immigrants don't feel like they've gained access. Well, here was my point I made to the Colombian. She goes, well, yeah, I just feel so bad because these people, some of them paid $20,000 to the cartel to get over here. And I said, hey, dummy. I didn't call her dummy. I love this. She's a great girl. But my thought is, whoever paid $20,000, hey, dummy, you're getting in bed. Your illegal activity started on your side of the border. If that's what happened, if you got yourself in bed with the cartel and you paid them basically your life savings, instead of taking your life savings and retreating to a mountain area and planting, I mean, there's more ways to skin. There's other things you could do. But what you knew, I know that the Biden administration, these wackos, and I'm a free thinker. I have voted both Republican and Democrat. But these Democrats are fucking crazy. What we've endured over the last 5 years, they've taken me out of the market. I'm Republican all the way right now. It scares me what they're willing to do. They just opened the border. And now look at it. Everything from the traffic to the classrooms to the hospital beds to the free lunch programs to the feeding the homeless to the resources we have for homeless vets to they've depleted, they've ripped it all out. Now they're angry at us because we're asking them to come in the right way. They became a criminal the minute they got themselves in bed with the cartel. The minute they said it was going to be 20 grand to get here, it ain't 20 grand to come to the United States. You can basically do it for really little to nothing. You can cross the border and go through immigration, fill out all your stuff, get. We know who you are. Get in the system. How on earth does it make any sense to anyone to pay $20,000 to have to endure crossing a desert at night, swim in an infested river, maybe drowning and dying, jumping a fence, climbing a tree to get over the barbed wire? I'll pay 20 grand for that. To a known cartel coyote. You're breaking the law before you get here. You're a criminal. We don't want criminals here. You decided to be a criminal before you got here. So that means that your integrity is questionable, that you'll do criminal shit whenever you feel like you need gain. So that, where does that stop? Where does your criminality and your criminal mentality begin and end? None of these folks understand this. Here's another one. Can't go to work. They're shutting down businesses in North Carolina because law enforcement. That makes no sense. Law enforcement comes to town, so the town can't operate. Yeah, we got a problem. Sounds like there's a problem. Sounds like we need to get to the bottom of the issue. Sounds like we have an immigration problem. If the immigration authorities show up and the town shuts down, come on, guys. The fuck? I'm not a rocket surgeon, but you can kind of figure that out. Law enforcement shows up and the roads clear up for 3 or 4 days. There's no traffic in one of the worst traffic areas in the country. Makes perfect sense, though, because planning and budget departments don't know that these people are here, so there was no planning or budgets for them. So now we're constantly sucking a river through a straw. But V. Lyles loves it. The little mayor and the city council, they're fat fucks in their fancy cars and big suits. They look like T.D. Jakes running around up there, stealing from the constituents. And guess who's? It's a bunch of white people. It's a bunch of white fucking morons out there holding their candles, singing their songs, putting on their buttons, changing their profile pictures, trying to get rid of whatever they feel inside they've done to hurt the black and the brown folks. Nah, man, those are self-inflicted wounds. It's self-inflicted to pay the cartel any amount of money to get you anywhere. I know that. I would not, the cartel is not my travel agent. It wouldn't be. I think I'd be doing something illegal if I did. That's what regular people think. I'm a regular dude. I didn't even finish college. A regular dude. Run businesses, raised kids. I'm a regular chap. I would not be using the cartel for nothing. Cartel equals illegal. Coyote? That don't even sound right. Isn't that the bad guy on Bugs Bunny? Doesn't that just ring a negative bell? Why would you? So if you're starting this, if you're a criminal before you get here, why can't we return you back? We don't want you. You don't even take access to our opportunities seriously enough to do it the right way. That's my thoughts. As much as I love the Latin community, I want all the listen. So my issue ain't color of your skin. It ain't what community you come from. I love them all. I wish we could get. I want to travel more to Venezuela and Central. I wish we could get all that shit cleared up. I get it. I understand. Look, if you had a flood coming into your home and every time you cleaned it up, it would re-flood. You would have to find out where that flood was from and eliminate it. That's what we're doing with drugs and fentanyl and things that are really not only killing people, because obviously we don't care about that anymore. We're desensitized. Everyone's going to die. It's just funner to watch it live on TV, right? Sick Americans. But we're trying to stop that. We're trying to stop the deaths. And the way to do that is to find the source and stop it. Now, the Democrats and like V. Lyles, they even argue against that. They want it getting into our country. They want to keep the people here in the street. They want to keep the criminals on the street. Remember, B. Lyles and this peanut-headed sheriff, whatever the fuck his name is, of Mecklenburg County, they knew who these people were that ICE was coming in looking for. They just want us to deal with them. They'd rather keep them unleashed on the community. They want to keep little girls, little blonde girls' necks getting slashed. V. Lau loves it. She smiles when she sees the blood squirting out of that white girl's neck. You can tell by the way she's responding to it and how viscerally she hates law enforcement and how angry she is that they would come and remove only less than 300 violent criminal offenders from her community. She wanted them in the community. She needs them in the community. She needs to terrorize her community. Why would law enforcement come remove these 300? What is she going to do? She needs 300 more violent criminals now so that she can keep them out here. You dare ride a bus in Charlotte? Come on. Have you taken the Charlotte Ride a Bus Challenge yet? How about the Charlotte Ride a Car? Come on, V. Lyles. Let's get your fat ass out there. Let's do the V. Lyles, I'm going to ride Charlotte Transit challenge. Oh, God. Fuck these people, man. They've destroyed my town. It ain't mine. I mean, not mine like possession, but just the one I was proud to be from. I can remember as a kid, you go somewhere like camp or first week at the beach or anywhere you traveled, if you went to some sort of thing with high school and you were intermingling with other kids from other parts of the country, football camp, soccer, whatever, Charlotte, man. I used to have a lot of pride in saying that. I was from Charlotte. I was from Rock Hill, actually. But see, nobody knew Rock Hill. There wasn't, although I was proud to be from Rock Hill, and Rock Hill football was a big thing where I was from, and all the people knew of it. Charlotte was where I had to default to because people go, Rock Hill, what the fuck is Rock Hill? So I thought, Charlotte. And they go, oh, no, Charlotte's on the back of tour shirts, right? Like concert tour shirts, your favorite band. You would see Charlotte on there. Oh, that's Charlotte. So it was significant to me. But to see it trashed, and just to see how all this is playing out, people that I respect and admire, it's all made into a race thing. That's the easy way. They try to. That's why I think that there is some underlying pulling of the strings. Because, guys, it's not about race. This is literally about how you enter our country. I love the brown skin. Dude, I'm a fan. It's not about the skin. It's about the culture. When you talk to me about the black community, it's not about being black. It's about what y'all do. It's fucking gross. And the results are dismal. I mean, there's no better way to destroy a community than do what y'all been doing for 25, 35 years. Whatever y'all been doing for 30, 40 years, please stop. Please. We want productive contributors out of the black community. Could y'all stop destroying it? Please? Please. That's all. It ain't nothing to do with the skin. I love the black women. Black dudes, me, dap it up. I've lived with them. Best friends. It ain't about that. It's about being the shit. I'll say the same thing to some meth head, some crackhead from the track. I've seen them. I'm as or more disappointed with them. But it's just not rampant. Yes, they exist. Just like, yes, doctors and professors and great outstanding citizens are present in the black community, and the African American community, and the Latin community. They just aren't what's leading they're not. You know who's representing y'all? Sexy Red. Some rapper. Some dude that's banging bitches and got the corners on lockdown and will kidnap your wife and kids if you call his name. I mean, that's who that's all that they look up to. There's no dads around. I would like to see more emphasis. Like that sheriff should have brought in. Do you not have a black member of your community that's highly looked up to? I'll give you one. Michael Allen from Checkmate. He's highly controversial in his thinking, but he's contributed to the community. He's from here. You got a number of folks. Jeff Johnson. I remember Jeffrey Johnson. If he's still even alive in the area, he had Reggie White, which I did a lot of business with Reggie White. I know Reggie personally before he passed. I would gather them up. I would at least try to show an example of a successful black people to your community, and then put them on a pedestal the same way you put the drug dealers on a pedestal, and the same way you put the repeat felons on a pedestal, and you let them kill our white girls, and you let them attack white people, and you allow them to prey and to hunt on your city transit systems. You've allowed this. You know they're there. You know that they are there, and you're just waiting for them to catch a poor little white. Maybe set them on fire or something. I see that's a big deal in New York now. They're already in New York's another. Are y'all in a race? Is it Charlotte versus New York to see who can be the most disgusting, dangerous, crime-ridden, convict, empathetic place? Just how fast you can destroy it. And I just wish we could go back to looking at the results, and especially since, and this is going to sound really racist, but I imagine the data backs me up. But it's not about. This is about data. But since the question is black and white, there's been I would say since the 80s, 90s, especially 90s, Clinton, Obama, you started seeing this overtaking of like city government building, DMV, everything became, it's just all black. And it's kind of a myth, like go in there, for me, it's just my perspective. There's more chance than not that you'll bump into what's the angry white woman who obviously does not like the likes of me being there. I get it. I can be, whatever. And I'm a big guy, so I guess I'm imposing sometimes, they say, or maybe threatening, but I am happy, and I do love all folks. I'm the guy that will pull over. It don't matter who you are. If your tire's flat, I'm stopping. I raise my kids the same way. My kids have actually pulled up to a bad accident. A car was overturned and stayed with a woman of color in her car until the police showed up, made sure 911 was dispatched. They stayed there. They were first to arrive. It was literally like 17 minutes before the next responder got there. And they, as two young boys, knew what to do. And I listen, that's how I raise my boys, and that's how I am too. We stop and we help. We don't ask questions. We don't look and go, who is it? When there's obviously fire coming from the building, we try to make sure that building's clear and that everything's been done. 911's been called. The fire department's on the way. Are cats and dogs safe? Is there anybody upstairs? Is there, that's just what people like us do. And we're disgusted by you guys. So. We love our immigrant community. We respect and admire. We have forever, and you've been here forever, guys. I mean, I've been eating at authentic Mexican restaurants and interacting with Spanish-speaking individuals my entire life here. So, I mean, obviously now it is like everything. It is like everywhere. Is not. It is like this is Little Havana or what the fuck ever. But it's been here forever. And we've always been open to it. I always seen that. I had Asians in my class in high school. Win Bowie. He played football with me. I had a big crush on the girl from the nail salon, Fanny. She was beautiful. Well, but these people have always existed. It's not become a problem until this 6 years ago, 7 years ago, when the administration at the time opened the floodgates. And here's the other side that I brought up, guys. There was a whole nother side telling them, hey, guys, this isn't legal. They can offer you credit cards and hotel rooms and cruise trips. They can offer you trips to Disney, whatever you want. It's not legal. The laws haven't changed. You guys knew this because you were willing to pay a cartel to get you here. You were a criminal before you got here. You were just failed to be stopped by your own government. And you think you're going to get away with it with ours, and you're not. Why would you have a vigil for those people? Why would you give $100,000 of hard taxpayers' money when there's hungry children at every school, and you're giving $100,000 to people who may have been? If you were disrupted because ICE was here, you're illegally here. You shouldn't be here. You fat turd of a mayor. Gosh, she's a fat piece of shit. You can just tell when you look at someone. If they cannot take care of themselves, they cannot take care of anything else. It starts there. Ask anybody. Yeah, and if you're fat and you're looking at this right now, then go fix yourself, you fat fuck. It ain't that hard. Anyone can be in shit, but if you're going to be running my city, if you're going to be telling me and setting my regulations, you can't even regulate what you put in your own mouth. You can't even regulate yourself, your consumption. And then look at this dismal track record in the fucking sheep. They put on their little Ukraine button. They change their space. They're so eager to find a catastrophe. Look, this Concord, North Carolina shooting. I guess 3 Kiwan, Taiwan, Shamika. They were raised on Sexy Red, and now they shooting people dead at the tree lighting ceremony, because that's what Mama taught me to do. Who's Mama? Sexy Red. She said, cat, cat, any place, any time, cat, cat. That means even at my daughter's piano recital, I'll blow the head off anybody that might op up in that bit. So that's what y'all have created. That's the Concord mentality there of the young black community that has been raised on Sexy Red. There's no other person in the house. maybe someone fucking cooking crack or something, but apparently that's all that exists around here, because you can't go anywhere without being affected by these people. Anywhere public, anywhere that's supposed to be a parade, or that you have to deal with them. Even if you're not getting shot at, you still got to deal with them, man. And just the loudness and the disgust, and just, it's gross. It's a gross society. It's hard to watch Rome burn. Anyway, what was I saying with the tree lighting ceremony deal? Nothing's sacred. You know, they act surprised. I don't know. At some point, how do we separate ourselves? Wouldn't you still like to be able to go to tree lightings? Well, maybe if we had separate tree lightings. Maybe if they could do their own tree lighting with Sexy Red, and they could even bring the baby. The baby could be the halftime show. And a bunch of white girls that want to go can go. We're not stopping them. But we just don't want to, I'm trying to take my kids over there without risk of having to duck your 9mm and your switched Glocks that are aimed at your ops, but they just go off killing everybody. How do we get away from that? How do we protect ourselves now? You gotta start thinking about that. Well, anyway, so let's be clear. I love people of all color. I'm acceptance of people. I've been in relationships with people of all. I've lived with people of all color. But culture, results. I'm a results guy. So when the results of your culture is a destructive mechanism that now I'm having to kind of deal with in my daily life and live around, I feel like I can say something about it. If your culture involves you jumping over a fence or climbing a tree to jump a ravine to get onto my soil, I probably not. Yeah, that's not a good. I'm not about that. I'm not about that life. I know how our world works, especially our country and our cities and our municipalities. It's called planning and budgeting. It's called planning and budgeting. They've been planning and budgeting, all this stuff. There's hundreds of years of case studies and huge scholastic projects that are just on this, and y'all don't understand. Y'all eliminate everything that we're built on when you act like you can just dump anything anywhere. That's let's call that the India mentality, where you can just dump anything anywhere. Look how India used to. Have you been to India? Oh, fuck. There's a reason why this is the greatest country in the world. And in a few years, nobody will even remember any of them. We're doing such an excellent job. The V. Lyles of the world, the candle holders, the button putting owners, the profile square changers, they're fucking destroying everything. And I'll say Trump is right. Trump is right. And that's the main is he understands how this place works. You can't dump a million, 2 million, 3 million, 10 million people that you don't know. You can't dump them into your house party. You're not going to have enough food and hors d'oeuvres. You're not going to have enough parking. The whole thing's going to be shut. The pool won't even hold everybody. There's not going to be enough alcohol, not enough cups, not enough spoons, not enough Can't do it. He understands that. Also, when it comes to competing, we've gotten so far behind. He's right. He sees it. The things he says is right. We're a shit society, and we've just drawn down to, and you can get into these spirals. I talked to a guy the other day when I was in Belize. There was a guy there who was trying to explain to me about how the Jews are doing all this. I don't really, I get, but how about we have policies in place that are supposed to be preventing this. We just don't uphold them. This is what we have, a bunch of V. Lyles running things who want to see death and destruction. V. Lyles she wants you to be the next victim. She is eager for another slaying so that she can have her city plastered all over everywhere with blood shooting out of it. Ugh. That's what V. Lyle's reaction is to all this. She is a evil, nasty. You can look at her. It looks like she's eaten a few bodies. I mean, she might be aiding and abetting murderers by disposing of the bodies. You know how you would feed them to pigs? That was what she resembles. But till then, we'll just have to see why she's continuing to do it, and like these hardworking men and women of ICE and Border Patrol coming to clean up the 300 or less, I think it was like 250 something violent known offenders. Why did they have to come get them, V? You got 2 police forces here that are supposed to be capable. You have 3 if you include U.S. Marshals Task Force. They have an apprehension task force. It's called Violent Offender Apprehension Task Force. It's called that. And it's it's everywhere. You have all these resources, yet you protect you just want people to be murdered. V. Lyles wants blood splattering on the screen. That should be her. Let's see if we can get blood running the streets with V. Lyles. That should be her next campaign slogan. Because when law enforcement comes to get these people who are murdering, slicing up, killing, drug dealing, extorting. V. Lyles condemns the knights, the sheriff. She condemns, well, I won't even use the word sheriff because in Mecklenburg County the sheriff's a piece of shit, but condemns the righteous doers, the people who are leaving their. She's got to remember, these agents come here, they're from out of the state. They don't know this area. They don't have a dog in the fight other than upholding the law, doing what she's supposed to have been doing. They wouldn't be here if she would have gotten those 250 off the street. She had, I don't know, it's been a year and a half almost. A year? This guy comes down and does it in 4 days. It took Trump 4 days. V. Lyles has had a year and done nothing but get people murdered. There's blood running the streets with V. Lyles. Donald Trump steps in, and the minute he does, 4 days. I don't know, guys. I'm a results person. His results look really good on anything he does. All of y'all's results, the left, look like shit. Destruction, boarded up. Rome burning in ruins.